Okay everyone, so back with a new one. After watching Daniel Cooper's video the other day about making a sinker, as you know I like making my own inks, so I got myself some 100% pure acetone, so there's no water in this. I've got my isopropanol ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the Llewellyn Ryland epoxy pigments. This is the white. It's a high density. Let me read what it says on the label. Llewellyn Ryland epoxy dispersion are based on a blend of bisphenol A and bisphenol F, epoxy resin modified with reactive dilutants. They have been designed for non-crystallization even when stored at low temperatures for prolonged periods. All our epoxy dispersions benefit from a high degree of grinding and stability, can be added to epoxy resin and gel coats. It also says pigment epoxy resin is 10% by weight maximum. So I'm guessing this is like 10%, some kind of, maybe mica, I don't know. So I'm going to see if I can create, it's my new scales, I'm going to see if I can create the perfect sinker. I have had success before using titanium white dioxide. So anyway, let's see if we can improve it using Daniel Cooper's ideals. So let's take a little bit of the pigment. Does that register on the scales? No. Take a bit more. I don't want to add too much because I don't think it's going to take much. I reckon about 0.1 gram. We'll see. I'm going to add this bit, and if this is too much, like, I don't think I'm going to need any more. I think that's enough. So if it doesn't register, no, it's not going to register. I think Daniel had the same problems. You're working with such small amounts, it's not going to register. So let's turn them off. Let's put that there. Let's put the cover back on the thing. Let me just quickly clean my, actually I'm going to be using that in a second, so I'll put a stirring stick here a minute. Let's put it there like that. Right, so let's put the lid back on. Oh guys, I'm breaking the rules. I've not got gloves on. Let's put gloves on, because we're going to be using nasty chemicals next, and we don't want to get it on our fingers. It can cause all sorts of issues. So our acetone, Daniel used 3 ml, so I'm going to go for the same. There we go, that's 3. Oh, it's going to work. I can see it's already diluting it. That was my biggest worry. This pigment wouldn't mix. I tried mixing it with alcohol before, and it was just a disaster. So as Daniel did, it's just using one of these little pots. And we'll just carefully. The only thing with these little plastic pots, they are, as you can see, it flicks. See, lucky I was wearing my gloves, otherwise that'd be all on my skin. So, looks like we're, that's broke it down really well. Better than what I thought it was going to do. Because that pigment paste is well concentrated, and its consistency of soft fudge or glue. And that's cleaned my silicone dotting stroke silicone silicone paintbrush. So let's pop that there a minute. I've got one of the Let's Resin bottles, 3 magnets. These are magnetic. I need to order some that aren't magnetic, because the problem is, let me show you. I've got magnetics in these, and as you can see, the problem is the bottles stick to each other. Never mind. Right. So, where am I? Oh my god, we squidged it. Very gently. Oh my god, it's melting the plastic. Oh wow. Right, so I am literally going to pour that into there, and then I'm going to add my alcohol. Wow. Look, see it? It's melting that plastic little pot. Let's pop that in a bin bag. Just wipe all that off there. And then we'll take our isopropanol. And we'll top it up. I guess that's why Daniel used the one with a little bit of water in it. Hopefully it's not going to melt the plastic bottle. We shall see. Is it too strong? Does it need a bit of water in it? Alright. That's full up enough for me. Let's pop that to one side. Let's pop that back over there out of the way. Put the lid on. Put the cap over. Very important you put the cap on. Don't want to be shaking this stuff. Put that funnel away because I don't need that. So looking at it like that, I'm quite happy with that. I think that's going to work. Will it be too heavy? Who knows? Let's put my So what I'm going to do now is, off camera, I'm going to mix up some resin. I'm going to mix up a little bit of the Art Pro Deluxe, just enough to fill up 2 of these. Well, 30 ml or 30 grams in each one. I always go by grams, not mils. Of Resin Pro Art Pro Deluxe resin. And then for the other 4, I'll be using the Harter E45 resin. I'll be mixing this up first and letting it sit for about 30 minutes. Because I need, like, this is low viscosity, whereas this is high viscosity. So once it's mixed, I can pour it in and literally put the inks in straight away. Whereas with this, I need it to thicken up a little bit. Basically warm up to about 45 degrees centigrade. And then pour. Then wait another 5-10 minutes. Because obviously when you pour it into a small amount from a larger amount, it cools down a little bit. And yeah. So anyway, I'll mix my resins up. Pour it in my mould. And then... see that it didn't... That acetone hasn't affected. If anything, it's cleaned it up better. Yeah, good. Acetone. So, yeah, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to mix my resins up and I'll be back. And we shall do our experiment side by side with homemade sinker using Llewellyn pigment paste and Let's Resin white sinker that comes with a 26 inks. Okay guys, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I've mixed up my resin and I've poured it. So in these 4, we've got the Harter E45. I've let it warm up because it's a low viscosity resin, so it's up to 40 degrees. I think the viscosity is just about right for doing this. I could be wrong. I've done trials and errors. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it's not. You may notice they're sparkling. So in the harder, these four, I did 2 drops of the Marabou Liquid Diamond Sparkle and 1 drop into the Art Pro Deluxe. And then I had a tiny amount of this glitter, which is, I want to say opaque. It's an iridescent glitter by Sulin. This stuff is good value. It's kind of deceptive because of this big hole in the bottom. You kind of think you're getting more than what you're getting. But you do get 2 ounces, which is 56 grams. Which when you think about it is a lot of glitter. I will put everything in the links below in the description. So I'm going to start with these 2. I'm going to wait for that one because it's still at 33. But actually what I'll do is I'll just go across and go, no, I'm going to stick to my rules. Right. So we're going in with Let's Resin purple. Let me put the whites to the one side a minute. Oh, look. We can see that this, now it's settled, there's not much in the bottom. But it still mixes up okay. Bit like the Let's Resin. Who knows? I'm getting excited now. This might work dramatically well. Alright, so purple red. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, never mind. 4. Didn't want to put the red in there because they're going with purple and black in that one. No black in this one, sorry. We can adjust that in a minute. We'll just let them do their thing. Shame we got that. You never know, that might just create another bit of character. So now we're going in with Midnight Blue. And then just purple. Slurper purple, as I call it. I think it's a Somerset thing. Slurper purple. Do you know what I'm going to do? Because that one's got a bit of red up there. We'll just put a bit of red in that one. Yeah, we're definitely going to add more. Right, let's go back to this one. And we'll go red, red, red. Well, purple, red. And a bit more. Then the black, because the black doesn't want to seem to. There we go. Which one did we add? We had the purple. Get myself confused now. Right, purple on the black. No, purple. Midnight Blue on the purple. On the purple on the Midnight Blue. I like putting a lot of colour in. It stops those windows from appearing. Right, on this side we're going for dark magenta. and sapphire blue. All Let's resin. Just let them all spread out a minute. Try to remember which ones we got where. Do you know, I can't remember which ones went where now, but never mind. That's definitely right. Yeah, that's definitely right. No. That's right. Okay. So now with our sinker. So we'll go with Let's resin first. Let me adjust you guys a little bit. I can see if I can zoom in a little tiny bit more. There we go. Sorry about this. There we no. There we go. Right, so in with the Let's resin sinker first. You see it reacts different with different coloured inks. You notice some of these are like bombing it straight down, you can see it. Right, now with our DIY Llewellyn white sinker. Sometimes when I shake it, if I show you, look, turn it upside down, you can't hear the ball bearing because of the metal pin. It sticks to it because these ball bearings are magnetic. Now remember what these look like. Are we going to get the same kind of reaction? I think we are, you know. Oh wow. Oops. Obviously this dripper bottle drips less out. So there's a little bit of difference. Are these heavier? Is it my DIY? Is it more heavier? See like a grainy look appearing also there. Let's give it a really good shake again. It is well mixed. I'm going to go in with a to make it fair. We'll do the same over here, just an extra few. Drops. Right, so DIY is at the bottom. You can't see that on camera, but I just place in the bottle so I know which one's which. These are kind of look like they're sinking more. It looks like they're just going under the surface and sitting there. It's kind of weird. I'm tempted to put more drips in, but then it won't be right, will it? See that graininess is slowly disappearing. It's gone out of that one. This one's kind of sitting there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there. Let's do the temperature check. So these are at 30 now. That may be because of 35, 40, 44, 40-ish. They're all about 40, these four. These still in their 30s, but this is high viscosity resin. So you're definitely going to get a different. These two will be the interesting ones. These will also be like, you know, if you're using a low viscosity resin, it'll be interesting. So I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to set a timer off camera because I don't want all your Alexas to kick off, because I'm going to ask Alexa to give me a 20-minute timer, and then she'll come back, put the camera back on, and we shall go in for the stir. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so it's been about 15 to 20 minutes. I can actually feel the heat coming off of these. They're actually 56 degrees, whereas this one's only 42. But when I do the dip test, it's telling me they're ready to be, these two are ready to be stirred. The Lex resin's not sank much, but here there's a window there. I don't know if you guys can see it, and there's some clear windows here. I can see the colours have been pushed all the way around the dome. So these will be the first two I demold, because I don't think these are going to be great. Maybe my sinker is a little bit too heavy. We'll find out with this one, really. So anyway, let's just do a stir just in case. Yeah, I can feel the resin is starting to thicken up. And you'll see there that there's a string effect, which tells me that resin is not far off setting up. Might even flash cure a little bit. These bottom two, that last one and this one, no, I can see now because there's a bigger clear window. Don't know what's happened. Like I said, it may be that this sinker, like, it's an experiment. It's the first time I've tried this, so it may be just a bit too heavy. I might have to take some out and then like give it a good shake, squirt some out, and replace the space with some isopropanol, or just top it up because there is a space there now. It's going to be trial and error. It'd be interesting to see how this one comes out, because if this one works, then I know where I need to go. So these are the Lex resin ones, the white sinker. So we'll stir these. So I know these should be okay. Still might get some sinking because this resin is low viscosity. It's not easy to work with, not with the Petri dish effect. But hey, I do these experiments so you guys don't have to. And when I get it perfected, then you guys, like, if I get a sinker that works, you guys can save money. So let's go for this one next. I know this one's going to be absolutely fine. I know how this resin works. Being a high viscosity resin, things don't sink as much with a low viscosity resin. But this one's going to be the last one I mold, because this one's going to be the most interesting. It's actually got the less resistance to it as well. I'm going to push down in the middle just to feel, yeah, it's at the right viscosity now for stirring. Right, so guys, that's it. Wait for these to set up. These, they are warm. I have poured them a little bit deeper than I normally would. Normally I'd pour them about 25 ml deep. These are 30 ml deep, or 30 grams rather than 25 grams. So, over with the protection from dust, lint, hair, moths, flies, as it is British summertime, so we have got a lot of flies and bugs about. We also have a dog, so we have dog hairs that get up in the air. Anyway, so I shall see you for the unmolding, and hopefully we get some great results and we learn a little bit, or learn a lot. Okay everyone, so I think we're all fully cured. You see I've been messing about. I did see if I could demold earlier, but I'll show you. You'll see I tried to pull it out, and the edges, because of the inks pushing out, I've said no. Now I know these two, my homemade sinker is pushed down. I can tell by looking at the tops. I can't show it on the camera. These two, hopefully, because I just wanted to see if I can use my regular resin to do the Petri dish. This one is my high viscosity resin, as you know, so hopefully this one's come out amazing. This one is a homemade sinker with my high viscosity resin, so we'll do these two first. As you can see, the sinker is a little bit too heavy, and also the glitter is kind of sank. But you know, it's kind of pretty. I can't. There we go. Try and cut one light out, and then yeah, that's better. So yeah, not great. I'll pop that one back in there. This one is going to be very much the same. Actually, you guys can't see. Oh, sorry. If you could see that, it's almost like a. Oh wow, I don't know what to call that. It's like something in outer space, like an abyss. But the glitter, where it sank in places, and the ink has pushed through. Anyway, I make mistakes, so you guys don't have to. I'm going to leave this one to last, because let's have a look at this one with the Let's resin sinker. With my resin I loved using. Has it? Okay, so some of the Let's resin white has pushed through. Round the edges, always round the edges. I guess because the resin pushes out, then pushes downwards. I mean, that's that's the best side. Never mind. I make these mistakes, do these experiments, so you guys don't have to waste your money on resin. Although, to be honest, the camera doesn't do it justice. It's actually quite pretty. It's almost like I don't know how to explain it. Like something's gone and then. Do you get what I mean? No, you don't. See? It is kind of like somewhat stellar. That's the word, stellar. Spacey. So this one's... Oh, we did have a bit of red in there, didn't we? Because I made a mistake and dripped a little bit of red. You can see it there. But that's... Oh my god. That is going to make a beautiful fridge magnet. Oh, sorry. Look at that. That is so spacey. Like galactic abyss stroke black hole. Well, we want for this bit of white that push down. But like I say, with sinkers, when you drip them, they push out to the sides first before sinking, if you get what I mean. The science behind it. So let's turn it upside down. Let me explain it. So if I just drip 2 or 3 drops in the middle here, it's just gonna spread. Because you add drops around the outside, it spreads and then pushes down. And it's just the case, because this resin is low viscosity, it's gone to the edge and then creep around the edge of the mould. Does that make sense? So if you use a high viscosity resin or a medium viscosity resin, or I need to let my resin set up a little bit longer, but this resin in this depth does want to flash cure sometimes, so I have to go careful with it. But that, oh, I like that. Right, so high viscosity resin with the Let's resin sinker, I guarantee this is going to be totally different. There you go. Well, that's a bit plain. I'm a little bit disappointed with that. But you see how the glitter has distributed better. It's not sunk. Yeah, it's kind of pretty. I'm a little bit disappointed with that one, to be honest. I thought that was going to come out a lot better. It's good. It'll make a nice fridge magnet, just not the best. So, did the homemade sinker in my high viscosity resin. Have I saved the best for last? Oh, I'm peeping. I think I've actually, it might. Okay, look at that. It's worked. So, bit much glitter, but still, it's stellar. You can see that the sinker hasn't, my homemade sinker hasn't pushed too much. It has worked. Just need tweaking now. I'm a little bit excited. So I've already put it in a different bottle. I squirted some out and then added some isopropanol. So hopefully it won't be so heavy now. But I will be making another one. But due to requests, I shall be doing rings next. That is quite pretty. Just a bit dark. Maybe I should have put a little bit of red or even yellow in it. Just put it without the back, my hands. Oh, that's better. I might back that with some white. What do you reckon, guys? Let me know. Get some white. What do you reckon? Woo! Anyway guys, gonna call that the end of the video. Thank you all my followers for staying with me. Any new people that want to follow, please follow, it's free. Like, share, make a comment. Everything helps. And hopefully eventually I'll get to the point where the adverts that are inserted by YouTube will actually benefit me. Because at the moment they put adverts in and it don't benefit me. I need to get to 500 followers at least. Okay guys, right. Call that an end to that one. Lessons learned. Like I said, next will be rings. So if you guys can see that, it sparkles. Okay guys, that's it for now.